Hello, everyone. This is Tim Poffenbarger, and I'm a solutions architect here at GitLab, and wanted to chat about some potential problems that are impacting what I perceive as GitLab system usability score, and a proposed solution that I've been thinking about. So, when we think about our system usability score, there are a few things that I kind of think come to mind. That have been impacting things. So one is we don't have any ability today to customize roles within our existing role-based access control model, or our RBAC model. We have very defined roles, and there's some additional permissions that you can set, but for the most part, we recognize this as a problem, and it's a big problem to solve for sure. Monolithic repositories are becoming more and more of a design constraint or construct that teams are wanting to adopt. And from an organizational view, they break down. So think of like pipeline and merge request views. They become pretty worthless when multiple people are working on a given project. That default, like click into a pipeline, you're going to see a lot of pipelines being executed, and it's not necessarily going to be helpful because you might have to go to page 2 or 3 to even find the pipeline that you're interested in, or the pipelines that you're interested in. Moreover, oftentimes you're just going to have to filter on the right things, but again, we don't have a great way of having those filters persist. So those filters have to be set up for issues and merge requests, as well as pipelines. What you can filter on is inconsistent, and the best thing that you can do is just create browser bookmarks to point you to those. Additionally, counters aren't equally meaningful. Some of our components on the left side navigation don't even have counters. The other ones, the counters aren't necessarily going to be equally meaningful. We don't have any role-specific views of groups or projects. Everyone is assumed to kind of operate as a developer. We do have the construct of being able to, if you get rid of the code repository, issues immediately come up, or the wiki can also come up, but everyone is assumed if you're going to click on a project or a group, you're always going to get the same exact view. The group structure must be right from the start, and aim to solve all needs, even when those needs are in conflict with one another. So oftentimes, for example, as a release orchestration platform, we don't have the ability to compose, hey, we have 100 projects, but these 20 projects make up this microservice. Let's make sure that those are in the same group, but those groups actually we might have structured the organization in a different way. So there's areas in conflict with one another. Then lastly, solutions to solving the problems that I'm listing above, I feel really big, which creates the argument that we can't leverage iteration to solve these problems, which I don't believe. I do think that we can solve these problems through iteration. What I'd like to consider is making views the next iteration of GitLab. So this construct of views is composed of 5 primary things. So it's composable. So you can compose a view based on groups or projects, and a user can assume different views for different needs. Specific components can be viewed for those personas' needs. So let's say that I only care about issues and security. I would be able to only see those components on the left side navigation, and only be able to navigate to those locations while I'm in that view, or only deployments. They would be filterable. So I could have automatic labels or environment names automatically filter in milestones. So I might have a milestone view, so that way I can see all the work that's going on for a given milestone, and anything that's not a part of that milestone would immediately get filtered out. And this might even be helpful from a code standpoint. Imagine a day where we have the construct of a monolithic repository, but we allow people to contribute code that is, or check out code, and it would only check out pieces of the entire monolithic repository. UI prioritization. So again, I mentioned in the last slide, we have this developer-centric model of groups and projects. This would allow roles to be defined so that there's a specific hierarchy of needs. So navigating to a project will provide a default view of maybe environments or the security dashboard rather than every single time the code. This would also allow us to have a different other way of managing RBAC without having to create the need or this customized role model. So the views all have roles available for assignment. That is to say that personas assume a role based on the view. So which components they can see, and then the access level, what they can do within those given components. Assignment of roles is at the view rather than at the group or project. So although, we could still have the existing role assignment at the group or project level, but you could also have it at this view. The key thing that I want to mention here is this problem has been solved time and time again for enterprise software, and it's consistently through a views type solution. Interestingly, I don't feel like there is any of our competitors are solving this problem in this way at this current point in time. So I've created an issue. I'm going to link this video within that issue as well, and let's see what we can do. Thanks for your time.